Okay, let's do it.
Go ahead.
Hi, guys.
Hi
Uh, we are live. Well, not live, but we're recording because we decided when we connected that it's just something we need to let everybody out in this world know, because we're just basically two beautiful women that connected on Facebook because we have one common denominator, and that's that we're survivors of cancer. Now, I'm a 50-year-old woman with 4 children, and I survived environmental breast cancer. And Kelly, go ahead and say.
So my name's Kelly. I am 40 now. The first time I was diagnosed, I was 34, and I was diagnosed with stage 2B colon cancer with no family history of any cancer anywhere. It was resolved with surgery in July of 2013. And then I kind of went back to life the way that things were after recovering. And then a little over 2 years later, through routine blood work, my numbers came back slightly elevated, and it had been discovered that it had metastasized to my liver. So now I was looking at stage 4 metastatic colon cancer at the age of 36. I was just about to turn 37 when that came up.
Wow. So what we're recording this for is not to sell anything. We're just basically telling our stories and explaining how we got back to being healthy.
Yeah.
And what worked for both of us. It's kind of the same, but the different programs, but it's all getting back to being healthy and being able to be productive in every day with our families and with ourselves.
Yeah.
And basically for me, I figured out what it was that gave me my cancer. And some people might think I'm a little crazy, but I don't care because I know it is, because that's the only thing that I did wrong, is I applied swab antiperspirant to my armpit for many, many years, over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea the damage and the danger that I was doing to my my body. So I decided, when I went through 6 rounds of chemotherapy, I lost all of my hair, all of it, everything went. But I didn't lose my life. I also got I went through 3 reconstructive surgeries, a left breast mastectomy, and just so many tests, and so much that it was just overwhelming. And I don't have, all this medical knowledge. So they're telling me I have this, I have that, you got to do this, you got to do that. It was just a roller coaster of okay, whatever I got to do, I just got to survive, because I need to be here for my 4 kids. And so I was bound and determined to do that. And the first thing that I figured out that I needed to do, before everybody was talking about the chemicals, the harmful chemicals in the products, I figured it out for myself. And I changed every product that I was applying to myself. You name it, like deodorant. I changed toothpaste. I changed my shampoo and conditioner, everything. I changed it all to paraben and aluminum free. And this was 3 years ago. And I mean, I feel great. So obviously, I did something right. And, I'm not here to preach or do anything like that, but, if it worked for me, maybe it'll work for you if you're not feeling well, or if you're trying to beat cancer, or you want to prevent it from happening. There's, positive changes that you can do to yourself. And as now I'm going to let Kelly know. I mean, Kelly, explain what she did to get back to healthy. And apart from this, both of us were overweight and we're very high stressed,
Yeah.
and was we weren't eating well, and we didn't take care of ourselves because we took care of everybody else.
Right.
And so um, that is one thing that I have figured out, that when you're highly stressed out and you're eating all this processed food and you're applying all of these toxins onto your skin, your body's going to scream out and eventually you're going to get cancer somewhere. And so um, figuring out what we needed to do to do positive change was necessary. And it is necessary because what all of this is doing is disrupting our hormones.
Right. Right.
So you go ahead and explain what you did.
So I think your story is incredible, and I love connecting with other survivors. It just inspires me every day, especially ones who have managed somehow to escape that fear and that dark cloud that you and I know so well. Because
Yes.
even though after my surgery in January of 2016, it was declared that my tumor was gone, and then I began a year-long regimen of chemo. I did 4 chemos for 6 months, and then I did another 1 chemo for the following 6 months. So during that time, my husband really went to work really hard to look at what is it that's happening, what are we doing, what can we prevent, what can we control. So we started researching foods that are good, foods that are bad. He started researching supplements, he started researching detoxing. And just about the end of chemo for me, and I didn't even say, I can't believe I didn't say it, but I am a mom of 2 boys. The first time I was diagnosed, they were 4 and 7. And the second time I was diagnosed, they were 7 and 10. And as a parent, it's terrifying when you face your own mortality. For anybody, it's terrifying to face your own mortality. And when the doctor said stage 4, we didn't even know at that point. We went to see our first surgeon that we met with, and he said stage 4, and we went, what? Like, what? Because I didn't feel like a stage 4, what you think of when you see a stage 4 cancer patient. I never felt like that. I just posted something the other day about being like a frog in a pot of water. You know that analogy? How if you put a frog in a pot of regular temp water and then you turn that heat up slowly, they could jump out because they have the ability to, but they don't because they don't notice the temperature rising around them. And I feel like that's really what we're doing as a society. We every day are going about our lives putting on the things that are toxic, and we know that toxins are a real thing, and it's not just the food we eat. So I began to feel overwhelmed by and just terrified. Like, what can I eat? I can't eat anything. Like, I can't use any makeup. I can't use it. Like, I felt powerless to do anything because I felt like I was a pretty healthy eater. I had a pretty bad sugar addiction, though. So I don't know how those two statements jive, but I kind of would have a great healthy dinner and then reward myself with some junk food as a like woohoo balance, right? So that's really kind of what I was living like, and we knew when we heard stage 4 something had to change. So my husband was researching, and so a company came across our plate that towards the end of chemo through a friend of ours who had had a crazy, amazing transformation. She had everything under the sun wrong with her. She wasn't a cancer patient, but she had all kinds of other things going on with her. ITP, IBS. She was on Rogaine for hair loss. Like, so many things were going on with this girl. Oh, and she worked out like she was always at the gym, and she wasn't experiencing any results until she started the system. And it changed everything. She just, it went from like this old person to this youthful, energized, healthy, strong, vibrant, beautiful skin. new hair growing in, all these things. And so we took a look, but most husbands are pretty skeptical and pretty critical. So I didn't even try to look, because I thought if there's any holes in it, my husband's going to find it. So it's not, I'll just let him do the work. Plus chemo brain, which you understand.
Oh, yes.
The brain is debilitating, so frustrating.
Yeah.
So I took everything to my oncologist that we were planning to use, and he gave me his blessing and said, I think it's great, go for it. So I started, our system is really two parts. It's a full line of meal replacements and supplements and detoxing through intermittent fasting. So 4 days a month, whether that's two-day cleanses or 4 single-day cleanses, depending on what your goals are. It's a cellular level cleanse that's detoxing your blood, your liver, all of your cells, and we have somewhere near like 100 trillion cells. Every single cell is being made new because all those toxins are being flushed. And then your lymphatic system. So for me, that was kind of the last okay, because detoxing the lymphatic system for people like you and me, that's critical. So
Yes.
we fully implemented the system into our bodies, and it's hard to put into words how you can go from being a stage 4 cancer patient to what I felt so quickly. The energy, I regained mental clarity. I always say that I got back, mommy brain. We all know mommy brain, and mommy brain is frustrating too, because it's like, where are my sunglasses, right? As they're on top of your head, or where's my cell phone?
Yeah.
It's that times infinity when you have chemo brain. And I was a school teacher, so it was really frustrating to not be able to even put a sentence together. So once I started putting these products into my body and felt such a change, it gave me back hope, and it took away that dark cloud. It gave me back hope that I didn't have to wake up every day with this like impending doom. And well, Kelly, you've had cancer twice now and you're 37 years old. So probably what's going to happen is not very good. So try to do your best. And that's what I was living under every single day. And
paranoia of
total.
is it gonna come back? Am I doing this and it's gonna come back? Or am I doing that? Or don't turn the microwave on, or whatever. It's like, no, don't buy that.
And there's
and it's really hard because your family, everybody has to readjust to a new normal.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I just feel like, making this video is where let's say you're a breast cancer patient right now, you're going through it. We're your future, but the future for you, you have to make positive changes, and it is in our products, and we must change the products that we're putting on our skin and that we're putting in our mouth.
Right.
It's a necessity if you want it, if you really want to survive.
Right.
If you really want to survive and have a healthy life for the rest of your life.
Right.
It's you've got to build your immune system, and with a lot of the products out here since 1938, the FDA has not regulated any harmful chemicals. A lot of them are carcinogenic chemicals in our beauty products.
In vitamins.
It's crazy.
They put carcinogens in vitamins. When we hear that fillers are in vitamins, fillers is a fancy word. One of the things they use is carcinogens. So here we are spending money at stores in an effort to help our bodies, and then we're harming them. So it's really frustrating because the vitamin industry is not regulated by the FDA. So vitamin companies can make whatever claims they want and nobody's checking them unless you have a company that cares about being transparent and giving you the best quality products that there are out there. That was huge. That was huge.
And there's just like this many, that have the products and the programs that is going to, change you in a positive way. And that's why I'm so interested in the program that you're on, that has, how much weight have you lost?
Well, I didn't have a ton of weight to lose. I called myself pleasantly plump.
Uh-huh.
So
But it was bad, it was bad plump.
yeah,
And
yeah.
see,
Oh, it was totally. 20. I lost 20 pounds. I lost 30 inches. I was down to my high school weight, which I didn't even think was possible. And I also want to emphasize, it wasn't even my goal. I was like, if I lost some weight, great. But really, this was about, because there's a lot. And the reason I say that is there's a lot of ways out there to lose weight. There's a lot of shakes out there, but
yeah,
when you look at ingredients, when you look at quality control, when you look at the sourcing, where they're making and processing the products, that
yeah,
is so important. You have to pay attention, and not all products are created equally. If I go to Costco and buy a protein shake, I know now through the research that we've done that those shakes are only going to be absorbed about 40% in my body. That's what we
right,
call bioavailability. And that's because of the way they're processed, where they're sourced. And so it's unfortunate because people are spending really good money on products out there and they're not getting a really good product, and it's not
right,
impacting. And a protein shake it doesn't just have to be a protein shake. It should nourish your body and it should give you vitamins and minerals. But American soil is the most nutrient deficient soil on the planet.
yeah,
So where it comes from is really important.
right, right. And that's what I've done is well, like, it's only been about 4 months, maybe 5, that I completely stopped eating meat.
Mhm.
But like, you really can reprogram your body. Like, people think that, I mean, a lot of people are just like, are you another creature? Like, no, you can stop eating meat and you can really, fill your stomach with, other stuff that you will feel full.
Right,
And then your digestive system is, will be so happy.
right.
But it,
There's a lot of problems that we deal with on a daily basis that we're not even realizing are tied to our gut health. And if your
yeah,
gut is not in alignment, then it can throw off, it can cause rosacea, ADHD, sleep issues, PMS,
yeah.
all kinds of, PCOS. So getting the gut in check is a really big part of what we do.
Right, right. And so that's why I become very interested in this program, because, um, I mean, I'm doing it all, but if I had it, I had an easier way to do it,
Yeah,
then awesome, because
right.
that's the only thing that I'm missing. Because I figured out about, with all my products that I was putting on my skin, my skin is very sensitive, and I mean, it's obvious. I got breast cancer, so and it's environmental. That's all my oncologist would tell me, is it's environmental. I'm like, well, let me figure out what in the environment is giving me breast cancer, because I sure am not going to go through this again. So I think the combination of the program that you're on and removing all of the harmful chemicals from your products that you're placing on your body. Now, I'm not selling anything, I use all kinds of different products from Walmart, but I make sure that there's paraben and aluminum free.
Right.
I mean, and a lot of people are thinking, oh, it costs too much, this and that. I mean, I'm baffled at how many people like spend $10, $20 on a foundation that's full of harmful chemicals. I don't get it. It costs the same.
Or the same thing going to a fast food
Yeah,
restaurant.
with the shakes and all of that. Or
And
they'll pay for what, a $10 T-bone steak, you know, instead of
that's one
like,
meal. That's one,
yeah,
and
one meal.
what we've learned also is that what's so different about this is that it's not a diet. So when
Yeah.
people say to me, tell me about your diet, I'm like, I'm not on a diet. I have this much willpower. Like,
Right.
I have none. Um, and what I've learned is that your liver is supposed to filter toxins, but it was never meant to filter the amount of toxins and the types of toxins that were.
Right.
So we're bombarding our organs with those toxins. And then what happens is toxins settle in around your organs and they get surrounded by fat. And
Right.
it's a life-saving technique that our bodies do for us. But the residual effect of that is weight gain,
Right.
and
Right.
all kinds of other health struggles that people are facing. And it's
Right.
potentially so harmful. So when you cut your calories or cut out a food group, it could be a step in the right direction. But what it's never ever going to do is address the toxins. Your fat cells will expand and contract, but your toxins are still there. So
Right.
what you're saying is like, let's put good stuff in, let's keep the bad stuff out.
Right.
But then we got to go to work to get out the stuff that's been built up over decades.
Right. Right.
Because I had the same thing. I had a doctor tell me, Kelly, that cancer is from what you ate when you were a child.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. You have to, our bodies are like a machine. Like, I mean, don't you get an oil change every so many miles? Like, this is just like getting an oil change for your body. You have to detoxify your body. You have to get rid of all of those bad toxins that are in there for years and years and years. And with the program that you're on, what is it called?
It's called Isogenics,
Okay.
ISAGENIX.
They have made it much easier for us to get rid of the toxins, rebuild our body into a healthy being.
Yep.
And that's why, I'm going to actually start the program, and I'm going to like record every step, like from ordering it to opening the box to, and basically tell them what you do in a daily basis.
Okay, so on a shake day, we have either two types of days. We're either doing a shake day or a cleanse day. So I wake on a shake day. It's basically 2 shakes when you're in weight loss mode. I am not trying to lose weight anymore, so I'm in maintenance mode. I just have my 1 shake in the morning most days. And then I have my vitamins, which are pharmaceutical grade. They're scientifically paired to complement one another. They're water soluble, and that's an indication of what's happening in your body then too. You're fully absorbing them. And then I start with something called Ionic Supreme. It's something that helps with mental clarity, energy, stamina, my immune system, cortisol levels, because cortisol, anytime we're stressed, your cortisol levels rise and we store fat. So it's bringing those cortisol levels down, restoring your immune system, giving you energy and clarity. And it's full of 23 different adaptogenic herbs. So that's my morning, my shake, my vitamins, my ionics. And then we have 2 shakes, 2 snacks, and a meal, a well-plated, balanced meal. Whatever that looks like for you. We have vegan options. We just came out with a new plant-based flavor yesterday, strawberry. So now we have a full Neapolitan lineup, which is great because I know the plant-based community is really rising, just like you're talking about. And then on a cleanse day, it's not a poopy cleanse. Most people, that's their biggest fear. Like, do I need to be by a toilet? Nope. Go about your life. I always cleansed when I was teaching because I wanted to be busy. And when I was home with my family on the weekends, I wanted to be able to eat. So a cleanse day is supported with a drink that has over 200 different botanicals in there that's systematically flushing toxins out of your body. And then we pair that with some snack wafers that are balancing blood sugars and giving you a protein boost, so it's fully safe. Actually, the system was created by a diabetic for diabetics, so we have people who are full diabetics who are able to cleanse. And then we have chips and chocolates that we get to have on a cleanse day that are organic Belgian chocolates and plant-based chips that are helping you get through your cleanse day without feeling deprived or like I want to kill somebody because I'm hangry. And I do that 4 days a month. Again, if I'm in weight loss mode, I usually am doing 2 2-day cleanses, which sounds hard, but I've coached about 200 people to do this, and over the last 2.5 years, and it's amazing. It's just amazing the benefits that happen from it.
Because I've watched so many people that did the program. I've been watching the videos, and I'm just like, wow. But I think it's like 10 times, 100 times more amazing that you have been through colon cancer twice through your 30s.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And look how amazing you look. Did you lose your hair?
I lost about 30%. And my hairdresser was the first person to go, holy smokes, your hair is growing back so fast.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Just 3 years ago, you know, I was completely bald.
I know, and your hair is stunning.
Isn't it amazing? I mean, I don't have dandruff. I don't have, skin problems. I don't have any kinds of those problems that I used to have, where my body was speaking to me. It was screaming at me. When you have, all of these problems, with your skin and everything, it's your body telling you that you've got a problem inside.
Right. And
you're toxic. You need to detoxify yourself.
When we treat skin from the outside, we're really not addressing the internal issues. So look at this picture, Celine. This was me during chemo. So my face was so inflamed. I had a rash that was traveling. You can kind of see it. I was wearing way more makeup than I ever did, and trying to hide it. And then 2 months later, all I have on
All
I have on there is mascara and eyeliner. That's it.
Yeah. And
you heal your body from the inside out, and you literally will. It looks as if you're glowing. Your skin just is radiant.
Yeah. And see, people are thinking, well, maybe this program's just too expensive for me and this and that. I mean, do your grocery bill and you will see that, seriously, you're only eating 1 meal a day, because these shakes will fill your stomach up.
Yep.
And it's filling your stomach up to good things, where it's feeding your cells, it's building your immune system. And I'm really, excited to do this.
I'm so excited. And it's my favorite part. And my husband can vouch for me that every time I help a cancer patient, I cry every single time. I got off the phone yesterday with a new lady that was just told that she'll be on lifetime chemo, and she's 53 years old. And I weep, because there's so many of us out there who need this.
There's just so many. And I know when I first got diagnosed, I was like, what now? What do I do? If I knew what I know now, I wish I did, and I probably wouldn't have suffered as much. But I got through it. I survived.
It's all for a reason, because it's all for a reason, because now you're helping people.
Yeah, I just feel blessed every day that, I'm just like, I'm still, I wake up and I'm, I don't pain free. I'm able to, because I like to play poker. So I'm able to grind on the table for hours and hours, and I have no problems. Like, I have my digestive system, I go to the bathroom regularly, but I just know that, like, when I get on this program, that was my missing link. Like, I need to lose like about 10 to 20 pounds of I know that it's like bad weight. And then I know that I'm going to get to 100% healthy.
Yes.
But we all need, help. And the amazing thing is that there are people out there that, are here to help get us back to where we're not in a, dark room, bald, in pain, shaking uncontrollably. I remember I used to shake uncontrollably, and I was taking all these medications, like for anxiety and for this and that. And it was just like,
I have pretty bad anxiety too, and that's been such a gift to shed that and manage it. Yesterday, I went for my checkup with my oncologist, and it's a new oncologist because we recently moved from California to Idaho. And I just went for a colonoscopy, a CT, and blood work. And so
Yeah.
they're going over my results and they're looking back, and they said, so what have you done to get so healthy? And I shared, and then he's looking and he's looking and he's like, they didn't write down any medications for you. Are you on any medications? And I went, nope. And I
Nope.
can tell you why. I don't need anything. I feel
Right.
incredible. I feel youthful and energized and powerful and stronger than ever before. And that is such a gift.
Mind you, 2 times you went through cancer. That's amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I just, kudos to you. That's awesome.
I'm excited to be a part of your journey too.
Yes, I'm so happy that you found me on Facebook.
So awesome.
And hopefully whoever's listening to us, maybe we can inspire you in one way or another. If you're interested in the program that Kelly's talking about, it's called Isogenics. How can they contact you?
I can, they can find me on Facebook. I'm Kelly Egan, Egan. I'm also on Instagram at Kelly Egans with an S on the end. And I can give my phone number. My phone number, should I or no?
Yeah, I mean, if you want them to call you.
If they're watching,
Yeah.
951-795-7436.
There you go. So this was, my name's Celine, and this is Kelly, and we're just 2 girls that survived.
That's
and
right.
We want y'all to survive too, and get on our ride. It's awesome. We just want to inspire everybody in the world, and you want to contact me to figure out like what you got to do to get to healthy. You can find me. I'm Celine's Journey on Facebook and on Instagram and on YouTube. And I'm going to soon have a podcast, and it's called The Logical Broad.
Love it. I love it.
Stay tuned.
All right.